Hello everyone, Brandy here. I hope you're doing well. I just finished my weekly online yoga class and want to talk to you about what we've been focusing on the last couple of months, which is not only releasing tension and pain, but actually slowing down so that we can see if there are any emotions involved with it and actively process them through our yoga practice. So this may be interesting to those of you who have pain, whether it's chronic or acute, especially interesting if the therapies that you're working with aren't working or it feels like it's not enough, that you're still not getting down to the root of the issue. So hello Jamie, I love that you are catching these lives. So as you come on, please say hi, let me know how you're doing. If you would like to share, I know this can get personal sometimes, but I would love to know if you are dealing with pain, if you know what the origin is, if you're open to seeing if there is something beyond what surface level. So in Chinese medicine, we recognize that pain is what we feel when qi, our vital energy, is stuck or deficient. Somehow it's not moving. It shows up as pain in our body, and it is a very important message that we should be listening to. So qi can get stuck for many reasons. It could be a physical injury, so someone hitting you, or you get in a car accident or whatever. It could be something from the external that damages the body and affects our qi flow, showing up as pain. But it could be from diet, just eating the wrong foods that is showing up as pain, especially, digestive pain. It could be lifestyle issues, especially with movement. So you can be overworking, over exercising, or even overexerting yourself, just doing too much too soon. It could be a lack of movement that slows down our qi and causes pain, and many other lifestyle situations, even being exposed to toxic chemicals in our everyday products that may cause pain in the body. But emotions are the one thing that some people don't like to look at or don't think are strong enough to actually cause a physical response. So again, this is something that we feel is very important in Chinese medicine because we see the relationship. Let me remove this notification. We see this relationship, and actually qi moves in certain directions depending on the emotion that we're feeling. But without getting into the details of that, just think about when you are angry, when you're sad, when you are really excited about something. Do you feel embodied? Probably not, right? It's kind of like this outer body experience that you may not even be aware of your emotion. You're just really caught up in this situation, and that brings you up and out of your body. And just that disconnection, whether it's temporary or long-term, can show up as pain because of this qi deprivation or the slowing down of it or whatever. So definitely don't discount it. And so with chronic pain, my favorite way of working with it, I do it myself. This is what I teach to others. That's what we're teaching in the program, is that I'm bringing in Yin Yoga. And just having this component to a regular active practice, it makes us slow down. It is this more relaxed stretching where we're consciously letting go of held tension, even the tension we need to move into certain postures that we normally do in the active practice. We let that go in the yin practice, and this helps us to let go in other areas of our being, other areas of our life. And so it is an active meditation. It is an active way to process. okay, to shift from what you're feeling to another state. So with chronic pain, with this work, it is more long-term. Well, I wouldn't even say that. I mean, you could have a really impactful Yin Yoga session that releases years of tension in your body. So it really depends on how much presence you have in your body and how you're working with your breath and what your intention is. So definitely no promises about the length of time it takes to release it, but there is definitely movement in the direction toward freedom, ease, and balance. Sorry, something is in my eye. But even with acute situations, once you have this experience of knowing that you're able to see emotional roots and to let them vent, to experience this conscious release of pain, then you can do it in the moment with acute situations. So I have a story, a very uncomfortable story that I don't want to relive really. But over this last weekend, I got into this huge confrontation with someone on social media. It felt really big to both of us. And I won't get into the details of it, but it was something I felt had to be said. She put up a post that felt very hateful to me, and I just needed to know where she was. Like, you need to talk about certain things. But it was in public. And she tagged her friends to gang up on me or whatever. And so I had no idea where this was going. And I was like, oh my God, what did you just do? Couldn't you keep your mouth shut? And where is this gonna go? Character assassination. Like, you don't know these days because some topics are so inflammatory. But yeah, she definitely got upset with me. And I was upstairs and I was getting dressed and just trying to get on with my day, but it was definitely weighing on me. And some of us don't feel just our emotions, but emotions of others. So I was a mess. And I leaned down to pick something up and my back spasmed, one side of my back. And I was like, oh no. Like, I think I stubbed my toe too. Like, a few things happened. There was this cascade and I'm like, hold on. My body wants me to stop. My body wants me to breathe. I need to get in my body. It's telling me that what happened, and we need to become embodied again to really own what happened. So take responsibility for it too, and move on. And once I came to that realization, I did stop. I had the luxury, I had time. I sat down, I did some Yin Yoga poses, and it was just a few minutes. And it didn't release completely, it was still there, but that immediate, intense sensation was gone. So it was more of a nagging, dull pain. I consciously left my phone at home while I went to go visit with friends for a few hours, some neighbors, and felt so much better when I came back home. The pain was gone, and it just made me, I did stop and reflect. Like, there's a few ways this could have gone. I could have hurt my back and then blamed this girl for making me feel this way and for this happening. Oh, my cat. Are you okay, buddy? I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I could have blamed her for this, right? Or I could have been completely disconnected from the emotions that were involved with this painful situation. And I could have just said, oh, my bad back is hurting again. This always happens spontaneously. Why does it do this? I have such a bad back. So there's a few ways that this can show up, right? And really, we need to see that there could be something deeper. It could be this emotional response, taking responsibility, not getting into the details of why this happened, and then actually process it. So I hope that this gives you something to think about. I'm curious to hear what you think about it. And so I definitely don't want this to prevent you from encountering uncomfortable situations too. Like, I don't regret what happened this weekend. It was a learning experience, and I'm glad to know that she and I are not aligned, and clarity is always good. But I also had this bigger lesson that I feel like I need to share with you today. And this did come up this morning in class. I did tell this story too, because we're working with freeing the spine, and fear is the emotion that often comes up when we're working with the back, especially the low back region. And so even though we did just start this series today, you are welcome to join any of the individual classes for the rest of the month. It's Thursdays, 8:30 a.m. Pacific for 1 hour. But if you become a member of my yoga and wellness program, you do get access to all the replays. So today's class, as well as the hip series we just finished, which was very popular, and a lot of the other classes that I've done, our full moon yoga classes, are in there as well. And you get access to the detox program that I made a few months ago. So anyway, that may be of interest to you, but this is also something that we can work with my private one-on-one coaching, if you are, again, needing this deeper personal work. So consider this too if you are working with therapies. So I love chiropractic, I love massage too, but I also need to process. I can't just have someone working on me and expecting things to shift. So there's presence while we're doing this therapy, but it's always more helpful for me if there is talk involved and if we do bring up emotions. So I hope this was helpful, friends. Let me know again in the comments, like this, share it with your friends if you think it would be helpful for them. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. See you next week. Take care.